In today's video, I've got 4 phrases for you, which are really useful when answering questions at work. My name is Chris. I am a professional English communication coach and tutor, and let's get started. Our first phrase today is to get back to someone, as in, can I get back to you later? Can I get back to you later? If you get back to someone later, this means that you don't actually have the information that you need to answer them right now. Or maybe you'd like to double check something or do a little bit of research. So you can use this if you're going to message someone after an event or just call them later in the day. So when someone asks you for something and you need a little more time, you could say, would you mind if I got back to you later? Would you mind if I got back to you later? Or maybe, can I get back to you on that? Can I get back to you on that? Notice that preposition. We get back to people on topics. So, can I get back to you on that subject later? Or if someone asks for specific information, like, do you know the time that the event starts? That would be with. Can I get back to you with that information? This is an informal phrase, but is very common and really useful in professional contexts. I've got 3 more phrases for you today, but if you would like all of this in a PDF document to refer to later, maybe to help you study or to follow along with this video, then click on the link down in the description or in the pinned comment, pop in your email address, and I will send that straight over to you. I also sometimes send out offers whenever I have discounts on my private one-to-one tutoring and coaching. So if you're interested in that, definitely follow that link. Okay, let's move on. Our next phrase today is off the top of my head. Off the top of my head, or off the top of your head. Now, this has a slightly different meaning depending on how you use it. So, let's start with a question form. Do you know how long this will take off the top of your head? Do you know how long this will take off the top of your head? If I use it in a question, this means if you have this information available right now, then I'm interested. I want to know. But if you need to go away and check or research or ask someone, then I'm really not interested. I only want this information if you can give me it right now, without checking, without researching or calculating. How about in a negative statement? I don't know how long this will take off the top of my head. I don't know how long this will take off the top of my head. So, in a negative statement, this means without checking, without researching or calculating, I really don't know. But maybe if you gave me a little bit of time to go away and check or calculate, I could get back to you on that. The third structure here is a positive statement. For instance, off the top of my head, it should take around 2 weeks. Off the top of my head, it should take around 2 weeks. When we use off the top of my head in a positive sentence, what we mean is this is my best guess. This is a good estimate, but it might not be completely accurate, exact, and precise. So, without checking, researching, or calculating, I can't tell you exactly, but this is a good guess. Okay, let's move on. And the last two phrases that I have for you today mean really similar things. And these are as far as I know and to the best of my knowledge. So, what do these mean and how do we use them? Let's start with a question. Do you know how many staff are working on this project? I could answer, as far as I know, there are 25 staff on this project. Or, to the best of my knowledge, there are 25 staff on this project. Now, both of these mean roughly the same thing, and they mean based on the knowledge that I have, based on the information that I have, this is the correct answer. However, we may find other information. There may be other information out there, and other people may know differently. But based on my information, based on the knowledge that I have, this is the correct answer. These are both really useful and powerful sentences because if someone comes back tomorrow and they say, hey, I found out there are 30 staff working on this project, then it doesn't make you wrong because you were basing your answer on the information that you had available at the time, the knowledge that you had. This just means that there was other information out there and maybe someone else had a more up-to-date number there. So there we go. We have 4 phrases today which are really useful when answering questions at work. As I mentioned, if you'd like to get a PDF document with all of these phrases on there, along with all of the grammar structures and the definitions there to help you study or to refer back to later, then go down and find the link in the description and in the pinned comment and pop your email address in there and I will send that straight over to you. Also, if you'd like to work with me one-on-one in a private video call to improve your English communication skills at work, then again, take a look down in that description and in the pinned comment, and you'll find a link there where you can do that. If you'd like some more vocabulary that you can take away and use at work, then I have a great video here with some phrasal verbs to grow and improve your professional English vocabulary. And I'll link that right here. Okay, everyone. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.